Nice work. All right, this is plot number 2, pretty much all finished up. It is exactly a 1/4 acre, so that's perfect. Still got 2 big oaks here that'll drop acorns when they produce into the plot. And we have some gnarly, nasty stuff back here that will be good bedding, and I'll access it from this way. So I'm gonna put a box blind or a stand in one of these trees over here, or a box blind kind of in the corner, and I have easy access from a logging road. It's about 40 yards off the logging road. We cut down 1 standing dead tree. We have 2 more to cut down, and this will just be used for firewood. Not super necessary because it's not shading anything out, but this is area or clearing number 2. It's pretty good. All right, this is the start of plot number 3. The second one's pretty much done. This one, same thing, just a bunch of saplings. We're gonna open it, sunlight to the ground. That's the main goal here. Right there, I have a tree stand. That is the one I killed my buck out of this year, so this will be a really good plot. This again is gonna be a 1/4 acre. I'm gonna do a time lapse and just kind of show you what we're doing here. So you can kind of see the orange paint the whole way around. Gonna go across the logging road and then continue about 15-20 yards back into here. And right here is my tree stand. We'll kind of leave a little buffer here so there's cover. And then that's the log road to access. Super good access. Good cover in that stand. This will be a good plot. All right, so this is just kind of a little time lapse of what we got going on here. We're just cutting 5 to 10 trees down at a time, then stacking them up on the edge there so they're easy to get to. I don't want there to be an entire barrier along the whole length of the food plot, but there will be some just for a visual barrier. But this is basically what we're doing. It's not super fast, but it's not slow. I think we're working at a good pace here.
Watch out.
Again, just another short time lapse of us cutting down a bunch of trees. Here I cut way too many trees down at once. And when you cut too many down at once without cleaning them up, it becomes a royal pain. They kind of just get tangled up in each other. So 5 to 10 trees seems to be the sweet spot. I think I cut close to 30 trees down there. It took a while to clean up. This is kind of the main goal here with this plot. Got good coverage in this stand here. And we're kind of stacking these saplings to the side here. So they like to come from this corner and walk across. So this way, maybe with this, it's not a wall, it's only like 3 feet high, but enough for them to walk around. Hopefully they come from here and walk right by the stand, and right there's a scrape. So you can kind of see we have yet to do this over here, a little patch over here, and then there's a little radius here behind us. That'll be a good plot, and this tree will kind of be in the middle. I had the idea of doing one over here, but I'm not sure if we're at that point yet. But for now, we're gonna focus on this. Lots of good sunlight coming through, minus these 2 big oaks. But yeah, this is a good looking plot. Also, with stacking the brush up here, this is my access road here. Walking up, there's a tree stand. And then this little wall, especially when there's some foliage on these trees and some grass is growing up, this is going to create a screen so I can access my stand. And then nothing, and anything that is bedded in the back there won't see me. Now there's always a chance, but it definitely helps. So I'm gonna clean this up here so I can still walk this trail. There's that. And there's kind of the wall. I'm gonna cut a couple paths so they don't feel forced to come through here. I'm gonna put one in the middle so it's about a 40-yard shot. So if they wanna cross somewhere here, it's still within bow range. So the other thing I'm doing here is I'm using this Tordon stump killer to kill these stumps, because eventually we're going to need to get something in here to fluff the dirt up. And you know, if this is a clover plot, you're gonna have to mow it. You don't want to have to mow around these stumps or have the possibility of it breaking your mower. So this will rot it in a month or two, kill it. So the plan is for it to you know, in a month or two, come in with the skid loader, push all these over so they're no longer an issue. But they don't take much. They're just a small squirt or two. It's really nice because it's dyed blue, so you can tell which trees you've done and which ones you haven't. For any of these bigger stumps, especially so, like right here, you can tell this was an old stump, and then it wasn't properly taken care of or ground down or killed, and then 3 more trees grew out of it. That's how it got so thick since its last logging. So I'm just coming in here, putting some Tordon on. I'm just being really careful. If there's any trees I want to keep around here, I'm not using this stuff. I don't want it to, so around these 2 oak trees that I want to keep, I didn't do anything within like a 10-foot radius there, just so it doesn't absorb any of the Tordon for whatever reason. Apparently this stuff is pretty potent, and that's why you don't need much. But it's just an extra step you want to take to make sure you can get rid of these stumps in your plots, especially if you're cutting them in the timber when there's a lot of them. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. All right, we're gonna call it quits for the day, but this is kind of what we got. We have some down trees here that we need to take care of and clean up and add to this wall here, but we're gonna have to get a machine in to move some of this stuff so it's not such a barrier. We don't want them to go around, but you know, if they can work this way towards my tree stand there, that'd be ideal. But yeah, it's about 70 yards long, so it's a nice little spot. Got some open skies there, so yeah, I'm gonna call it quits for today and pick back up. Probably the next thing we're gonna do is just make sure we get Tordon on all these stumps, because I know I didn't get all of them, but I'm trying to get the big ones and smaller ones if I can, so we can come in here with a tractor or a skid loader and just push these off and terminate them. But yeah, good couple last days, very productive. Still lots of work to go.